This is the day the Lord hath made. Let us rejoice and lift our voices in song. Sunday morning, and here we are, coming together from near and far. We're unity, home for you and for me. I've got family waiting for me. Every Sunday I'm glad to see. We're unity, home for you and for me. We're so happy it's Sunday. This is our very own Unity Day. We're here where we belong, all of our family. We're unity, all for you and for me. The sun is shining and I am too. I feel so happy, how about you? Unity, home for you and for me. We're so grateful that love abounds with the brothers and sisters all around. We're unity, home for you and for me. I'm so happy it's Sunday. This is our very own Unity Day. We're here where we belong with all of our family. We're unity, home for you and for me. We're unity, home for you and me.
Thanks, Jim. That was an awesome song, a good rousing start to our service today. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. And welcome home to Unity of London, 501 Nelson Street, London, Ontario. Welcome back to our longtime members, our returning guests, and first-timers, and all the people watching us now on Zoom, and those who will watch us later on YouTube. This month's power is zeal. The color is orange and is located at the back of the head. The apostle is Simon, the Canaanite. He represents motivation and the desire to accomplish great things. The affirmation is, if you would like to repeat after me, I enthusiastically accept my good. And go forward to achieve my purpose. Very good. And at Unity of London, we celebrate the spirit of abundance, life and love in our community. As we grow together, we learn the joys of giving as well as receiving from each other. Here at Unity, we have 5 principles. If you'd like to read with me, number 1, God is all good and active in everything, everywhere. Number 2, I am naturally good because God's divinity is within me and in everyone. Number 3, I create my experience by what I choose to think and what I feel and believe. Number 4, through affirmative prayer and meditation, I connect with God and bring out the truth in my life. Number 5, I do my best by living the truth I know. I make a difference. And how do we make a difference? When I practice being the change, smiling at others, greeting people I meet, volunteering my time to help out. I am inspiring people to make a positive change in the world. As Gandhi said, be the change you want to see in the world. We coexist by providing fellowship and education for spiritual seekers in all walks of life. We have many programs ongoing. We have book study, we have courses, we have prayer, we have many things that people can join in online and enjoy with us. And next we have a song by Jim.
Well, as many of you know, I had a little run-in with Faith this week. And that was a really good thing. I want to tell you, somebody broke into my truck and took some valuable stuff that I need to play at the nursing homes and whatnot. And at first I was, well, as you would be, I was very distressed about it. But I've got to tell you, it was a wonderful thing. It really was, because it reminded me again with the outpouring of kindness and support from folks. Many of you here sent me lovely notes. People actually gave me money. Many of my musician buddies have stepped up and have given me equipment like the stuff that was stolen. And so it's, I'm just overwhelmed. I thank all of you for your kind thoughts. I know I was in your thoughts and prayers, and I appreciate it. It was not the end of the world. It was not a horrible thing, really, when you get right down to it. But quite the contrary. As I said, it was quite a wonderful thing for me. So I can't say I'm glad that somebody indulged their darker nature and stole stuff that didn't belong to them, but as it turns out, it was a great reminder for me of just what a wonderful world this is and what a wonderful community I am part of here at Unity. So thank you very much. And now here's the funny part. I wrote this song last week, and for today, before any of this happened, and if you listen carefully to the lyrics, it's yeah, it was a little strange. Friday night I was rehearsing for today, and I was still, pretty bummed about what had happened. And I started to play this song, and I thought, wait a minute, just wait a minute. This is exactly what's going on. And anyway, enough of that. Well, there's one thing you can count on, one thing I know is true. When you fill your life with kindness, it will help your whole self too. When you reach to help another, it'll come right back to you. Love and care you pass along will make it clear to you. Now payback may not happen just the way you think you need, but that's not why we do it when we venture a good deed. Karma says what goes around will come around, my friend. So fill your bank with happiness, you'll have a lot to spend. And there are days it doesn't seem there's much we can do. The world's a large and troubled place, and options may seem few, but there's one blessing always near, it's here for me and you. When we share a laugh and help a friend, our spirit is renewed. Oh, can it really be so simple? Is life that kind of game? The blessings that you give away come back to you again. You do not need to hear it or read it in a book. The proof is plain to see if you just know where to look. There are days it doesn't seem there's much that we can do. The world's a large and troubled place, and options may seem few, but there's one blessing always near, and here for me and you. When we share a laugh and help a friend, our spirit is renewed. Oh, there are days it doesn't seem there's much that we can do. The world's a large and troubled place, and options may seem few. There's one blessing always near, it's here for me and you. simple. Be kind and see it through. It really is that simple. Be kind and see it through. Thank you again. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jim. That was really a nice little song. Unity was formed on prayer. Silent Unity started over 130 years ago by our co-founder, Myrtle Fillmore, who used to reply to prayer requests by handwritten letters, later by a team of typists, and now we can call 1-800-NOW-PRAY and receive one-on-one prayer 24/7, 365 days a year, or online. Here at 501 Nelson Street, we have a prayer box at the front of the front of the sanctuary, where you can put the first name of the person you wish to pray for on a slip of paper and put it in the prayer box. The prayer requests are prayed over by our prayer chaplains for 30 days and then are sent on to Silent Unity for 30 more days of prayer. Today after the service, you can pray with Nancy, one of our prayer chaplains. She will be wearing a prayer stole and she will be happy to pray with you in either the small prayer room at the top of the orange stairs or in the spacious front room near the front door. Rather than have our prayer chaplains sit alone, we prefer that they be accessible and able to enjoy fellowship, which in itself is a form of prayer. Our online prayer chaplain, Wilda, will be also available to pray with anyone online who wishes prayer after service. Just put a request in your chat and we'll arrange a private room to pray with Wilda. Now let's go into prayer. If you're comfortable, close your eyes or dim your gaze. Take a deep breath and relax into your chair. Put your feet flat on the floor to ground yourself and your hands facing upwards on your lap. As we come together this morning, we are grateful for the opportunity to spend this time with our Unity community. We bless everyone attending spiritual gatherings, knowing that there are many paths to the one God. We bless all those watching on Zoom at home and those who will watch us later on YouTube. This month we hold in prayer Unity of Vancouver and Unity York Study Group. Today as we pray, we are grateful for this time together. We go to our heart space and center ourselves on God. We take a deep breath and whisper the names of the people in our lives who need prayer. Blessed loving Spirit, we are listening. When we go into our hearts, we can hear your wise words or see the images that you send us. We hold on to and meditate on those ideas and see them come into fruition. We call into actions the steps that we need to take to get there. You are the source of all our enthusiasm, love, abundance, and health. And we know that you never say no to our desires and that we only need to ask. We see our acts and the paths that we take reflecting our connection with you. You are the source of all that is, and so it is. Amen. And now I invite our platform assistant, Dawn Briglio, to read our daily word and introduce our speaker.
Good morning, all. Today's daily word is entitled Forgiveness. Forgiveness is my path to peace. Occasionally, I may decide that a transgression or mistake is simply unforgivable. However, when I maintain a spiritual perspective, I realize forgiveness is key to moving on from painful interactions and is an important part of my spiritual life. Releasing unforgiveness may be one of the hardest things I will do, but I trust there will be peace in my heart and clarity in my mind when I do it. Whether I struggle to forgive another or myself, there is no judgment or condemnation in spirit. Whatever the error, the divine presence within can help me transcend it. There is no pain, no hurt that is greater or more enduring than God. This is the comfort and promise that helps me forgive and know lasting peace. Do not judge, and you will not be judged. Do not condemn, and you will not be condemned. Forgive, and you will be forgiven. So it says in Luke chapter 6, verse 37. We've got a special guest today for a speaker. Sylvia has been a member of Unity of London since 2012 and started contributing and providing sacred service within her last few months. Sounds like she's died. Her last few months being here before she moved. Sylvia has been a prayer chaplain for 13 years and spent 9 years on the board of directors here and continues to be a resource for the board and for those at Unity of London. Sylvia's professional life has always been and still is in sales. The last 10 years, she's been specializing in disabilities for self-employed individuals. Her professional life has had a much desired upgrade in the last few years, and that was by meeting the love of her life, Larry Baker, and most recently their purchase of a home and moving away from us but to a lovely place in appropriately named Unity, Saskatchewan. With her message, Spirit-led, spiritually leading, let us welcome back Sylvia Vanderhoek.
Thank you, Dawn. I'll set it over there. Good morning. Oh, I didn't do a test, and I guess my nephew's got the microphone set just right. So I think it was that within my first few months of coming to Unity, I jumped into sacred service, and I guess I was still doing some before I left. And and so it's so great to be back here and to see you guys in person and live. It's great to see you on Sundays on Zoom, but it's really special to be able to have that hug and have a chance to connect with the community. And as we started the service today, it reminded me to I thought, if there's anybody that doesn't think that there's an intelligence in the universe that sets things up and puts things in place for us, you got to pay a bit more attention. Kate gave a lovely prayer, and you'll see, and this has happened for me before when I've been the platform leader and did my prayer. I had really not any clue about what the speaker was speaking about, but my prayer would match, and your prayer matched what I'm going to talk about today. Even the daily word, there's things that fit into the daily word that are part of the service. And the more I've paid attention, the more I've learned about how or my faith has increased because it's just like, wow, look at what Spirit did. So I spoke last year in October on Zeal, and I thank you for my lovely zealous earrings that I got from Unity people. But I'm going to repeat, and I'm going to start with what Charles Fillmore said in his 90s, that I fairly sizzle with zeal and enthusiasm and spring forth a mighty faith to do the things to be done by me today. Doesn't that invoke like a feeling of joy just reading that? And isn't it wonderful, or wouldn't it be wonderful, that when you wake up every morning that you fairly zizzle with zeal for the day to do the things that are meant to be done by you today? And that's part of, I believe, being Spirit-led. And then leading spiritually, you will naturally do that. And I'll explain as I go through. A little different today, starting with a Bible verse. Now, I'm not a highly knowledgeable on the Bible. I've certainly read passages. But when I was preparing for my talk, I thought, I've heard this message about the plans. So I Googled it, and Google gave me an answer, of course. So Jeremiah 29:11, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord," and the Lord being the law and metaphysical world, "plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." So there's maybe plans for us. And don't we all sort of feel like there is a bit of a plan for us? We maybe don't always know exactly what it is. But the plan is to prosper us, not to harm us, to give us hope and a future. So when you think about that, like for me, when I read that, that excited me even more. And it kind of gets your zeal pumping, because there's these plans. And then related to that, they gave me a second verse, which is Corinthians 2:9. "What no eye has seen, nor ear heard, nor the heart of man imagined, what God has prepared for those who love him." So this suggests that there are things that are prepared beyond our eyes. So sometimes when we use our imagination, I mean, I have for many years been able to imagine myself as a millionaire. I'm not there yet, but the story's not over. I'm still here. But if it's beyond what we can see, then if I can imagine a millionaire, what's beyond that maybe is really set up for me? Or the things that you've never heard, because sometimes, and as both of what you read was so good this morning, that it's beyond. We either hear from God, we hear words, or we see pictures. So you may hear something, but it might be a whisper. It's greater than what you can imagine. So the spiritual blessings are waiting there, but for those who love him. So when you love him, just like what was read in the Daily Word, when you can't forgive someone else without forgiving yourself. Because when you love him, you love you. We love all. We love everything, because God is love. We are all one. We are made of the same. So when you really love the fact that you can connect to the source, and you love yourself, and you just are in love with life, you're loving everything. So I think it's not so much, I was thinking yesterday that, and it's wonderful that so many Christians praise Jesus, because we treat him as our way shower. But in some ways, I think, and I don't know what prompted the thought, but it's like, but he was just one person to show us the way. You got to love the source more than anything else. And it's not a man up in the sky I'm pretty sure of this one, that it's not the vision I had as a little girl. Some old guy with a long beard up in the sky on a throne going, well, today I think I'm going to give you this, or today I think I'm going to punish you, or it's just, and it's because we have so much love, one of the ladies said is that's what's going to return to us is love and beyond imagination. So when you're spirit-led, what I believe is that you tune in and you're going to connect to your higher self. So you can call that your Christ self. You can call it spirit, God, divine mind, source. But within you is the perfect you. And I tend to call it, since I did some coaching and working with some ladies on a mastermind group, I call it my highness. But if you let spirit guide you, when you connect with your highest self, which is connected to source, you open your heart and your mind, and spirit will give you those ideas, whether whispering a word or giving you a picture of something. I was telling, I think it was Janet this morning, part of my coaching in the last couple of years with somebody, and Larry and I, like last year, my number one goal was that Larry and I would buy property together. And we looked all over Ontario for like 2.5 years. And one day, as she was taking me through a guided meditation, because Larry and I had talked about Alberta, because he had lived in Alberta in the past teaching, and I saw myself just standing there like this, and just this vastness of space all around me. Well, that certainly isn't Ontario, unless you can afford the right piece of property. And so I thought, oh, maybe it is west. Well, look at where we ended up. And I'm going to tell you, when you're in Saskatchewan, the sky is so big. Everything else looks little. And people say, well, what took you to Unity? We were led. Spirit led us there. There's a reason that somebody put a post or a thing on Larry's thing that there's a house up for auction in Unity, Saskatchewan. And when he said Unity, Saskatchewan, all I heard was Saskatchewan. I'm like, what? Saskatchewan? But we were truly led there. And how things work together. As many of you know, if you follow me on Facebook, we just rebuilt a gazebo. And when I say rebuilt, we kept the roof structure, and we being mainly Larry, of course. But I'll take some. I did a bit of painting and held some tools. But that's a 13 by 15 gazebo. It was over a hot tub. We got rid of the hot tub. The structure or frame of it, other than the roof, was very thin steel, and it was rotting, and Larry says if we don't rebuild it, it's going to fall apart. So 4 corners, 2 close to the house, the other 2, and so this one corner has a electrical outlet coming up through the cement, and it was in the middle on the inside of the one corner. So that was going to be the last corner, because it was going to be a tough one. Larry might have to, what he rebuilt it with was 4x4s and lovely pictures if you want to see it or talk later. Well, not later because we have to run today. But anyways, we got to that 4th corner, and like, is he going to have to cut into it? This is the post. That electrical outlet fit exactly on the outside of that post. Many years ago, people put that put that electrical outlet there for us to one day rebuild, and not have it on the inside, but on the outside, just in a perfect place. There's an intelligence, folks. And it doesn't care what you call it. Anyway, so now I've been reading. What kind of led to this is I've been working on doing a book study with my 2 nieces that are the daughters of my brother that passed recently. So one lives on the East Coast, one lives on the West Coast, and I'm in the middle. But we get together every 3 weeks, and we're studying a book by a woman named Jane Goodall, and it's called Women Thriving in Leadership. And so this is her definition of leadership, and it's just so perfect. Leadership means taking responsibility for the quality of your life and then sharing your gifts with others in community. Now, who can't be a leader? Everybody's a leader, or everybody can be a leader. So when you take responsibility for the quality of your life, I believe that's when you tune more into spirit and say, what is mine to do today? What would you like me to, where would you like to lead me? So we can all be spiritual leaders. We're adding more love, we're adding peace, we're sharing our gifts, And the sharing of our gifts is sometimes just giving a smile, saying a kind word, but not asking how somebody's feeling today, because you feel that they probably don't want to talk about it, you don't either, but you've left them feeling better. And so taking a responsibility for the quality of life and just sharing your gifts with the community is something that everybody can do. And something that came up for me, again, yesterday, it's like, I got to talk about this. When you say yes to someone, make sure you're not saying no to yourself. And so I think that one of the biggest things for people sometimes, and for me it was in the earlier days of discernment, is how does it make you feel? If you have, you feel a decision or Spirit says, go do this or say this to this person or whatever it is, and it doesn't make you feel good, I'm going to suggest that's probably your ego. I don't think Spirit gives us any ideas, thoughts, or suggestions that don't bring us joy. So one of the ways to discern is, does it make you feel good? Is there joy there? And the only way that we do any of this, certainly, is if we believe our 5 principles. Number 1, you really got to believe that everything is God, source, Spirit is in everything. And when we look at it and we decide it's not good, the story's not over yet. Jim lost some things, but he gained some things. And we don't know where those instruments and that stuff went or where it's going to go. And Spirit or karma or whatever it is, they took care of Jim. Jim got all kinds of stuff given by his friends. And if the other people really are doing it in a bad way and they're going to use the stuff for negative things, something will happen for them. They'll get a knock on the head, or they'll get a trip or fall or an accident, or something will happen and they'll blame somebody else, but it's their karma. But we could also think that maybe those people might take those instruments and do some good with them. Maybe they start playing some instruments or bringing music to somebody else. And again, Spirit set up that song before the stuff was taken. And then the song comes to teach us. So we really have to trust in our source and know that everyone has that source within them and through them, and it's everyone's essence. So, and for those of us that have been coming to Unity for a long time, we see the face of God in everyone. We know that we co-create our life, and so we just sometimes have to remind ourselves to pay a little more attention and ask a bit more often. And use our prayer and meditation and just live what we truly do believe. I can't remember my next slide. Okay, so this comes from Esther Hicks and Abraham, of course. So some people say, well, how do I do this? Well, tune in, tap in, turn on. So how I look at it is, number 1, you're going to tune into your highest self. In that silence, just when you close your eyes and you go within and you wait and you connect and you find that your highest self, that person that you have that great relationship with, and then when you tune into that, you tap into source. You tap into God. You tap into divine mind, again, whatever you want to call it, and then you turn on the flow. It could be the flow of love. It could be the flow of wisdom, the flow of imagination, the flow of zeal. But it's there, and it's for us all. And so again, if the picture and the feeling doesn't make you feel joy, full of love, then maybe it's just a certain message that, is this a lesson for me? Are you really tuned in? Or are you just on the surface and letting ego, or as Martha Creek, is it? Martha Creek, she talks about your monkey mind. Is it monkey mind? Because again, it's got to feel good. And sometimes during the day, you got to check in. Are you still tuned in, tapped in, turned on? Or have you turned off the flow because there's some resistance? And I had to put the word community with unity in it, because they use it in advertising in unity all the time. And it's kind of cool. So whenever you talk about your community, unity's in the middle of it. So again, how does it feel? Is it joy or no joy? Is there a message? Are you tuned in? And we'll go into meditation. So I invite you to close your eyes, if you're comfortable doing so, and become comfortable in your seat. And as you breathe in, breathing in all the love and joy that's in this room and all around us and through you. And as you exhale, you let go of all the busyness, whatever's nagging at you. Let your shoulders relax and just be here in the moment. And I'm going to use an affirmation by Louise Hay. So I invite you to let my words be yours. Deep at the center of my being, there is an infinite well of love. I now allow that love to flow to the surface. It fills my heart, my mind, my body, my very being, and radiates out from me and returns to me multiplied. The more love I give, the more I have to give. The supply is endless. The use of love makes me feel good. It is an expression of my joy. I love myself, therefore I live in a comfortable home, one that fills all my needs and is a pleasure to be in. I fill the rooms with the vibration of love so that all who enter, myself included, will be nourished by it. I love myself so I work or volunteer at something that I truly love, working with and for people that I love and that love me. I have a great income. I love myself, therefore I live totally in the now, experiencing each moment as good, knowing that my future is bright, joyous, prosperous, and secure. For I am a beloved child of the universe, and the universe lovingly takes care of me now and forevermore. And we'll sit with us in the silence for a moment. And so as we move forward for the rest of the day into the week, we remind ourselves our zeal is there. We just have to let it shine. And so it is, and so we let it be. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sylvia. I was just going to say how great you are as our OG for zeal. I don't know if everybody knows what that is. I just learned that the other day. What OG means is like the one, the original. So anyway, you're our prime example of zeal here at Unity of London. So thank you so much. And I wanted to say that I really appreciate that you thought my prayer was in line with your talk, because I just wrote it the other day, and I want to say that was obviously Spirit-led. Where are we now? Okay, we have one final fantastic song from Jim Chapman.
This song is about two ladies in my life, and they're both Unity ladies. And it'll become no surprise to you that one of them is Sylvia when you hear the song. One of them is Sylvia, and the other one is Pauline. And they both have been exemplars to me in my life of the importance of living your life with zeal. And we've used that word a lot this month, you know, and it's this funny little word, really, isn't it? Zeal. It's a very strange little word. It's hard to rhyme, for one thing. But
Zeal, feel, peel.
yeah, keep going. You're going to run out real fast. Trust me, you're going to run out real fast. Anyway, this tune was I don't know where they come from. They just come. I know where they come from. They come from Spirit for sure, for me. But this is a tune that is inspired by Sylvia and by Pauline. And Pauline gave a talk a couple weeks ago and really touched me. And she was talking about what I wrote about, and it's also, it applies to Sylvia. Okay. I have a friend who's the embodiment of zealous. She lives her life to the fullest every day. It would be very, very easy to be jealous, but she'd be the first to tell you that is not the way she looks on life. It's quite marvelous. You can see the happiness on her face. If we ask how things are going, you know that she will tell us that win or lose, all the fun is in the race. Zeal is the force that drives us forward. It cuts through sadness like a knife. It's the steroid of emotions. It's the heart of true devotion. It will elevate you above the trouble and the strife. You just make zeal the passion of your life. What to do and say. I don't mean to be bombastic, but go beyond enthusiastic. Live your life with zeal and you'll be well along your way. A zeal and life belong together, and it doesn't matter whether you can see your pathway clearly to the end. Everything will seem more real if you live your life with zeal. It's the way to happiness I recommend. Live your life with zeal, have it to the max, carpe diem to the fullest every day. The most from what you do, it's really up to you. If your heart and soul and zeal will show the way. Zeal is the force that drives us forward. It can cut through sadness like a knife. It's the steroid of emotions. It's the heart of true devotion. It will elevate you up above the trouble and the strife. If zeal is the passion of your life, it will elevate you up above the trouble and the strife. If zeal is the passion of your life. Thank you, Sylvia and Pauline.
Thank you, Jim. That was a good song. Come on. There we go. Nope. Come on. Okay, now we got it. Okay, so here we are. This is a time for us to share our treasures with our spiritual community. As the blue bag goes around, please hold your hand over the bag and bless it before you pass it on. We affirm prosperity and abundance for Unity of London and all spiritual communities in all forms and in all realms, body, mind, and spirit. Okay, let's read this together. Prosperity blessing. Divine love flowing through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you so much. Okay, so we have a bunch of announcements. We're starting evening meditation on Tuesday nights at 8. So it goes for 15 minutes. Start that. October is membership month. Please, I can't read that. Please sign your membership form or just initial beside your name. If there's any questions, you can ask Lorraine or myself. The Sacred Circle is happening today at 12. And anybody is invited to join that, and whatever happens in the circle stays in the circle. We're having another Wednesday combo. We're going to have a pasta dinner this time. Choice of 2 sauces, garlic bread, vegetarian and gluten-free available, salads, dessert, and beverage, $15 per person, and $10 for the concert. And they're going to have Jesse Grandmont, and he was awesome last time, so that'll be great. And there's a rummage sale on November 1st, so 8 a.m. till 12 noon. Please donate any household items and baked goods that you would like to get rid of. Or, I don't know, you would get rid of your baked goods or not, but anyway. I try to keep them out of the house. I'm sure I do that all the time. Sunday and November 29th, the 9th is Volunteer Appreciation Day. You're invited to Unity to recognition certificates and light refreshments. I'm not sure what time that is. It's right after service? Okay. It's right after service. And Wednesday music nights are continuing. October 22nd is obviously what I said before. Jesse Grandmont and Bryant Barber, they're a great duo, so enjoy. That'll be a great night. And let's say our prayer for protection together. The light of God surrounds me. I am the light. The love of God enfolds me. I am the love. The power of God protects me. I am the power. The presence of God watches over me. I am the presence. I am. God is, and all is well. Yay, God. And let's all gather together in a circle to do our peace song. right, if anybody has anything they would like to say, come on up. Or if anybody on Zoom has anything to say. Are you coming up, Sylvia?
Well,